Hey everyone, I'm Nate.
And I'm Abby.
We're the RC Sailors and we're at the airfield today to test the little Mavic clone lookalike drone. Yeah, I mean there's no way of getting around it. If it weren't for the size differences here, you really couldn't tell the difference between the real one and the fake one. This is called, the little one, the Eachine E58. And this is a real DJI Mavic. Now, I want to be very clear here. This is not made by DJI in any way, shape, or form. As a matter of fact, I'm very surprised that a company as well established as Eachine was so bold and blatant as to copy this almost to a T. I like it though, and I hope it flies well because this is one that I will probably keep just because it looks so much like this actual Mavic. Even down to the transmitter. Look at that. I mean, they've really got it pretty close. You remember the little baby Spark lookalike we did not very long ago on the channel?
It wasn't a Spark.
No, it wasn't a Spark. It's same transmitter. Same transmitter is what I'm trying to get at there, at least with that little Spark knockoff. So look at this. Unfolds like a Mavic. The only thing that doesn't is the back legs don't unfold the underneath way, but when it is unfolded, just look how similar they look. That's so crazy.
Props are missing the white tip.
That's about it. That's about it. They even have the little legs down here. I mean, I love this. I love this because it just looks exactly like it. It's so crazy. They'll probably, I mean, DJI doesn't seem to be too worried about it, but I don't see this being on the market forever just because it's so similar. Now,
DJI, I don't think is in the IP game like some companies.
Exactly. Yes, you're exactly right. Unfortunately, there's a very well-known truck brand we're all very familiar with now that does that. Okay, now this comes in around $45, which I think is a good price point for something like this, especially just that cute little Mavic look. Wouldn't it be cool if DJI did make a top quality drone that looked awesome. Exactly like that in that size? Oh yeah, that'd be so cool. GPS and stuff. Now, the Eachine E58 comes with 4 little prop guards. They just go on the end of the motors like that. If you're a new flyer, you should use those. We're going to opt out today. It does come with this transmitter with everything labeled. The little antennas on top are just for looks, just to make it look like a real Mavic. They're just plastic. There's no wire that goes up through them or anything. You could snap those off if you wanted to and it wouldn't affect anything, except probably you could bring it around a little easier. The phone holder is just inside the transmitter. You just pull that down and then that's spring loaded, so a pretty big phone will fit in there. Not bad. You get a little USB charge cable, and here is the battery. This is a 500 milliamp single cell LiPo battery, and it's a little proprietary shell on there. This plugs in via micro USB here, has a little red light while charging. And I'll be honest with you guys, this was the hardest battery to remove I've ever messed with in my life. I had to use at first I tried to get this out with a pocket knife. It snaps in really well. Then I had to use my keys, just something thicker and a bit safer, and I had to work at that for a few minutes just to pop that out. It could just be an isolated thing with mine, it could be a regular thing, but it's an issue that I ran across and I wanted to share that with you guys. So just a heads up, that battery's really hard to get out of there. You get 2 spare props. It's actually 4 blades, but 2 props in there and a little Phillips screwdriver so you can get to the batteries in the back of your transmitter. And then in the instruction manual, we'll have a QR code for the app. Really the only negative thing I can point out so far is that battery being really hard to get out of there. So it looks really cool. Let's fly it and see if it flies, even if it flies remotely okay. If you're a Mavic owner, you just have to get one of these just to sit up on your shelf, maybe at work or something, you know, something to talk about. It's just really cool. Actually, those little rubber, those feet, they're rubber, that long little...
Neat.
Yeah.
Let's fly.
All right, we should have an auto takeoff. Oh yeah, well that was quick.
It was quick.
Just popped right in the air. Okay, that looks like a Mavic. Oh, that's cool. Hey Abby, my Mavic's really far away. No, I'm just kidding, it's just a toy close Mavic. Camera trick. Look at that.
This is an Eachine E58.
Yeah.
Not a DJI.
Look, the lights on the front. Oh, that's so cool. And the camera, I forgot to mention this, but you can tilt the camera up and down manually on the ground before you take off. Okay, now I've got, Abby's phone wouldn't hold in there, and the transmitter, so I'm holding it on my arm.
Does the Mavic have 2 lights on the front like that? Little eyeballs?
I don't think it has like eyeballs. I think they're like
They put them on the arms, right?
They're like forward collision detection cameras that are up there, yeah. There's no lights. Oh, that's a Wi-Fi issue there. So there, Wi-Fi FPV, guys. That's a good prime example. You probably couldn't tell until I said uh-oh, but I was pulling back on the controls and it wouldn't come back. So when you have Wi-Fi FPV, it can interfere with that 2.4 gigahertz, and that's an issue. Yeah, now I'm getting some nasty delays. So even as I yaw, there's a weird delay. I think I want to let you fly this too, Abby, so you can get a feel for it too.
We know you're not crazy.
So you know I'm not crazy, but I want to try a few of these functions first. We do have a rate switch. So there we're in the higher rate, and I don't want to fly too far away because we could lose our signal. Third rate. Very zippy. Got an airplane getting ready to take off. And we should be able to, I'm going to go back down to rate 1, and I think we have flips. Yep. Oh, very nice flip. Well, that's pretty cool because it's not every day you see a Mavic doing a flip. It only does side flips. I don't think it'll do forward or back. No, just side flips. Now we have headless mode, but I'm a little afraid to test that just because we have some Wi-Fi interference issues right now. Do you want to fly this now?
You said you're not doing headless
I'm not going to try the headless mode, huh? No.
Sure.
It's definitely got a weird flight. It's kind of funny flying it.
How is the Wi-Fi signal?
The Wi-Fi signal looks really good and the camera quality looks great too. Yeah, it does. It honestly does. But we get interference, so that's a big issue. I'm going to pass the controls to you. You don't need the instructions. There we go. Probably going to see... Oh, there. The butterfly just flew in front. And baby Eachine E58 versus big gas airplane. Pretty cool.
Uh-oh.
And there you go, yep. There's your signal loss issue.
Oh man, it's just turning on its own.
Yeah, see if you can get it back. You might have to walk toward it some.
Now it's going down, now it's going up.
See? Sometimes you have really bad...
Okay, you cannot fly this far away.
Right, right.
That wasn't even far, guys.
No, keep it very close. Keep it very close.
Oh, what a bummer.
Yeah. So most people, if you got this drone just as a standalone drone to be fun, I think you'd find that very, very annoying and you would not enjoy flying this because sometimes you have a delayed signal interference, like you push right, but and then you want to jump left really quick.
Clearly, the closer the drone is to the transmitter, the better
it's more responsive, yeah. I think the only reason, honestly, a person would buy this is if you own a Mavic.
You just want to sit this on a shelf.
Yeah, bring it to work, just kind of like as a little toy trophy thing, a desk toy.
Really wants to go right now.
Yes, it does, yeah. I noticed that too.
Must be the wind, though.
It didn't when I took off. I think it just kind of has a little bit of a mind of its own. Yeah. There goes the plane behind you. Well, what do you think? Abby, what do you think?
It's a little difficult to fly just because of the delay.
Yeah, I agree.
Even this close. And it just has a tendency when you let go, like to go I don't know.
Because it gets a mind of its own, right?
Yeah, like I'm pushing forward, I let go, and now it starts going right.
Yeah.
But a second ago it was coming toward us.
It was doing that to me too. Not a great performing drone.
Not at all. Not at all.
So we try to give recommendations for things that we enjoy in a video. If it's a product of something that is just not great, we do these things in the top of the video called cards. You see a little exclamation pop up in the top right corner, and it'll have a little recommendation video. Well, those are hand-picked by us. So if you're watching a video that it's a drone of something that we just don't love, well, maybe check those carded videos out because most likely it's going to be something that performed better than this.
Yeah, this just has a mind of its own. Like I'm going that way and I let off and it comes over us.
Yeah.
Like it's not very fun
and there's basically no wind right now, so that's not a factor right now. Yeah, when it's a struggle to fly, it takes all the fun away, and that's
now it's still coming.
It's kind of yeah, a little bit. a little bit of mind of its own. So that's pretty much where we're hung up on this one. I think that's a big enough reason not to want to buy this. As Abby flies it and we've got the plane zipping around in the background, we'll pretty much do the wrap up here while it's in the air. I'll just kind of sound like a broken record right now, but if you wanted to buy this, I'd say it's probably because you own a Mavic and you just like the way it looks. I'm probably going to keep this because if I returned it, I might have to pay for some shipping. If I sold it to someone, I wouldn't feel good about it. I could only sell it for $5. I'll probably set it on display on my desk because it looks exactly like the Mavic. I mean, exactly. It's really cool.
It's zippy in this rate 3.
Yeah, yeah. You just got to keep it close.
Yeah, and I'm worrying about losing control over it.
Right, right. As a standalone drone on its own 2 feet, it's just not great. I'm a little disappointed that Eachine put that out like that.
The eyeballs are blinking now, so.
Okay, okay.
Low battery, I'll land.
All right, thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.